of like hanging out, It's like I'm just on standby. The baby's due next Sunday, but I feel like it's going to be like literally anytime.
Wow, that's got to be exciting. Now, is this your first one?
Yeah, this is our first one, so we're like really excited. So hopefully everything's going to go good. It's up to this point, everything's went well. I should say that.
Well, congratulations. That's awesome. Congrats, proud daddy.
So yeah, man, we're ecstatic about the whole thing. Dude, I think that we're let me see. Sometimes it doesn't tell me. Okay, we're actually live right now, Bill.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome.
let me do that. So I like to log in my phone so I can like monitor messages and stuff because with the Zoom is fantastic for like setting us up so we can do it live. But then the problem with Zoom is like this morning, I can't get the video to work. So I don't know if it's my error or their error.
Oh, okay.
So hey Joseph, yeah, dude, I got a black screen because I can't figure out how to get my camera to turn on this morning. The other day I had a black screen because I was having a really bad hair day. But but uh, but so Bill, for the people that don't know you, tell us what market are you working in? Tell us
Um,
a little bit about your business, what market you're working in.
sure, sure. I've been in the business. Actually, it'll be 13 years in August, so just about 13 full years in real estate full time. And I just relocated to the Naples, Florida market from Tampa. So I went from working more of a season, year-round rather, an annual blue-collar type of market, which is the Tampa market, to more of a vacation second home market, which is Naples, more of like a higher end, but yet a second vacation home market. And have all the experience in the world between these 2 years. I understand it extremely well. But just kind of going from more of year round where things were pretty consistent, 12 months out of the year, to more of like a vacation slash secondary type of home market where we have a lot of Westerners, Northeasterners, Canadians, and so on that live here maybe like a half of the year. To say our population drops by about two-thirds is I'm not exaggerating. It's just it's very quiet down here this time of year. Everybody goes back up north, Midwest, and so on. So looking ways to generate leads in more of a seasonal market, a vacation home type of market.
Man, I'll tell you what my strategy's been for years. When I first started the real estate business, I had this guy that used to work with me. He's an older guy. He'd been in the business for a real long time, and he used to joke and he used to call it listing season. And and what it is in my market, I think we're similar to Naples. Man, around April things start really heating up, and then
Mhm.
say like when kids go back to school, like September, things start really slowing down. Now, now the thing is, like April to September, man, dude, we'll have places. I got places right now that are getting shown twice a day. But the
Wow.
problem is we're not getting offers on them, right? Because a lot of these people, what happens in the summertime here is people come down here on vacation and they go, oh man, I'd love to own a condo at the beach. And they call a real estate agent. Now, they'd love to own one. That doesn't mean today. They don't have a dollar they can put down on the place today, but they call a real estate agent because they don't have anything to do on Thursday when they're here. And basically they have a real estate agent that plays tour guide with them. And I
Right.
hate to say that, but that is true. Like even if they could buy one, it's not going to be this year. I mean, maybe it'll be 5 years from now, but for whatever reason, they're looking today. It's more of a tourist attraction than anything. But what I typically find is that the summer months we have this crazy busy thing, but then once we get to like September, all the agents that have been all busy all summer, man, they're taking time off. So like once kids go back to school, man, September, October, all of a sudden, man, I start going on listing appointments where I'm not the second or third agent there. I'm the only agent, and sometimes I'm the only agent that called, especially the closer it gets to December.
Okay.
In my market, it's like everybody makes a lot of money during the summer. Kids go back to school. all the agents that are really busy, that have been real productive, they're tired. They're tired of showing places. They've been getting dragged around all year. And then it's like they just take off that last 4 months of the year. And I feel like it's like that in a lot of vacation markets or second home markets when I talk to people. Um, Now, something I've learned too is that, well, they take off. Now, here's the crazy thing. Like, people think properties don't sell. There's this general consensus here in this idea properties don't sell in the winter in Myrtle Beach. Dude, people buy properties in the winter in Myrtle Beach. Honestly, man, in the winter months, I don't get a third of the showings in the winter months that I do in the summer. But the showings I get in the winter months, that's serious buyers looking, you know? They're people that are really looking at stuff. If it's oceanfront stuff, you can't even get in it in the summer except for on Saturdays between check in and check out. The people that really want to buy an oceanfront condo, they're typically not coming in the middle of June to buy it. Typically, they're coming like October, November, December to buy it. Or the ones that are really educated on the market, like the buyers that you really want, dude, they're coming like December, January because they want to buy like the beginning of the year so they can take advantage of the entire season, because probably 80% of their rental income is going to come between April and August. So the really educated ones are. So now, with that being said, what I'll tell you, man, is in the busy time of year, there's not going to be as many leads. Is that what you're seeing? Like, there's not as many expireds. There's not as many for sale by owners and that sort of stuff.
Correct. Yes, I agree with you there.
Yeah, we see this exact same thing here. And something that I've learned over the years is most of these people are from out of town, aren't they?
Correct.
Yeah, so they don't really know an agent. Most agents, they have the opposite situation going on. They're saying, hey, everybody in my market knows 10 agents. Well, when you're dealing with half your market's out of town, they don't really know any agent. So what I've kind of learned that I've had to do is I have to be extremely on point with everything that I tell them. And all my follow-up time and stuff has to get cut in half. So I have to send out my pre-listing package is paramount. I mean, it's even more important with the second home people than it is the primary residents, because the second home people, they don't know anybody except for the agent they bought it from 3 years ago, right? And honestly, sometimes I look up the agent they bought it from 3 years ago, and dude, that was the only place they sold,
Right, sure.
I mean, they're like a super part-time real estate agent. They're barely selling enough to pay their dues every year. And nothing's wrong with being part-time, let me say that, but these guys that aren't even breaking even on dues, dude, it's a headache to be in the business, and not sell anything. But man, what I've found is a great strategy when you don't have as many leads. Well, number one, go back and start getting old leads. Start pulling those expireds from last year.
Okay.
From the fall and early spring. The people that expired like August, September, October, November, December. The year old last year's slow season expireds.
Okay.
I'd pull them. I'd start. I don't know if you subscribe to RedX or not, but man, if you subscribe to RedX, you can get their whole database of for sale by owner leads, right? So you can have, depending on the market. I mean, I just pulled the whole list for mine, and there was like 2,000, and you get them for that $30 a month membership. And if you tell them I sent you, they waive the $150 setup fee for it, and you can subscribe just for 1 month. But you can get a ton of leads from that are a little bit older. But all these people, when you get them on the phone, Bill, you got to be like super, super diligent with them. You got to, pretty much really early in the conversation, as soon as they tell you that they'd like to sell it, how much they want to sell it for, say, hey, well, that sounds great. Look, I'd like to send you some information about me and my team. Get them the pre-listing package like as soon as you can, and then start following up with them about it, and start cutting all your follow-up time in half, right? So if typically you're following up once a week with these people, look for a reason that you can follow up with them again tomorrow or reason you can follow up with them again this afternoon, because some of these people, especially the ones, I mean, your market's like mine, probably, things have heated up a lot here in the last year. So if they couldn't sell last year and you talk to them this year about selling, right? And you tell them like, oh yeah, you couldn't get, 150 last year. You can only get 125, but this year we can get you 160, right? That person all of a sudden is going to go from kind of cold on selling, thinking their condo isn't worth enough they can sell it for, or their house isn't worth they can sell it for, to getting really hot on listing, right? So you got to keep them hot on you. So I would look for reasons like, say, if I talked to one this morning, um, I talked to one this morning about selling. They seemed interested. I sent them our pre-listing package. I text them to make sure they got it. Dude, I might would go ahead and call them this afternoon and just be like, hey, Miss Home Seller, we talked a little bit this morning, and I just wanted to give you a quick call back. I was looking around here on MLS, and man, you know what? In the last 2 weeks, you've had three right around your house go under contract or whatever it is. Pull a little radius, whether it's inside the community, whether it's a mile, call her back with some exciting news. You know what I mean? Hey, I was looking this afternoon, I was thinking about it and I was going through my notes from our conversation. I was looking at it, I was pulling up MLS, and man, you've had three going under contract in the last 2 weeks or whatever time frame. Gosh, when did you say you want to get it on the market? Oh, okay, you need to talk to your husband or whatever she tells you her objection is. That's fantastic. When is a good time to call you back? Can I call you back tomorrow? And just go ahead, just keep following up. Keep following up, and every time you follow up, just tell them, hey, I really want to work with you guys. I can get you the price you're looking for. Be really confident and stuff.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah, dude. I tell you what, man, that's gonna make like a big. What? Let me ask you. And I should ask you this before. What's your current follow up process when you get somebody that wants to sell?
Well, what I do, if they talk about selling in 90 days, I do cut it in half. I follow them in 45 days. Same thing with buyers. I'll cut that time frame in half, much like you suggested, and
Yeah.
just exhaust it until they either decide to work with me or they don't work with me, one or the other.
Well, too, man, one of these people, and we forget this as agents, but a lot of these people that say, oh, well, I'd like to sell my house in 90 days. Well, here's the thing. That's fantastic. But if you guys want to sell your house in 90 days, we really need to get started today because we're going to put it on the market. It's probably going to take 30 to 45 days to sell, right? And then if the people are getting financing, which 50, 60% of the people in my market do get financing, then it's going to take another 30 to 45 days to close. That's your 90 days to sell right there. So if you want to sell in the next 90 days, we really need to get started pretty soon. And then immediately, once you have that conversation with them, immediately be really, really proactive and really direct in setting the appointment. And yeah, we really need to get started right now. I'll tell you, I can work you guys into my schedule on Wednesday. Does that work good for you? How I could be there at 2 o'clock, or I could be there at 4 o'clock. How's that sound for you?
Perfect.
But man, well, I don't know if you have any other problems or anything, man, but I'd love to help you out any way I can. And do you have anything else you're dealing with right now?
What are you doing for buyer leads? Are you working buyers at all, Jason? And once again, now I'm referring to pitching people that don't live in the area necessarily. That could be the Midwest, Northeast, Canada. They're kind of scattered buyers. So that's where I'm kind of having a little bit of a time targeting where the buyers are coming from because it's such a seasonal marketplace.
Um, Man, you know what? With Facebook, the thing about Facebook that's fantastic is that it's looking at the area that you're in based on the location of that person's cell phone. So let's say if you're doing your ads to show up where it's the address plus 5 miles, um, if you're doing hang on just a second. If you're doing the area plus 5 miles, then when their cell phone comes within that 5 miles, that ad shows up. So Facebook's a great tool to get people when they're coming in town. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I mean that's something that we've been doing that's really worked well. Facebook ads, and I feel like right now I feel like that they're so cheap that they're probably the biggest value for the money.
Do you do the ads yourself, Jason, or do you outsource it?
You know what? I do it myself, man. And here's the reason is because if the ad isn't performing, I want to be able to turn it off.
Hmm.
And here's something I've learned too is that you have to try it like different ways. Like I've done some ads with the Facebook Live, where you do a Facebook Live on your business page, and then there's just like a minute or two you walking around the outside of the house, and then you say in the live, hey, if you want to see the inside of the house, click the link below to see the inside. So it drives people to the link, and sometimes that Facebook Live gets more reach than other stuff. Facebook's got a funky algorithm. Sometimes I like to do boosted post over ads. I seem to get more from boosted post, but sometimes I'll do like a gallery and then boost that gallery. So play around with it. Like one picture sometimes does well. Um, it just kind of depends on. I think it depends on the location, and I think it depends on the just the property type. So, and with the boosted post, you can do like if you're targeting 55 plus neighborhoods, you can target like 50 to 70 or whatever it is on there. And the reason I'd say like I would target like 50 to 70 rather than 55 plus is because sometimes, that maybe the husband, he don't really care about Facebook, but the wife does, and she's 52 and only one of them typically has to be over 55 for him to live there.
Great. Thank you.
So yeah, man, no problem at all. Hey, well, I really appreciate you being on here today with me. If somebody wants to send you a referral down there in Naples, Florida, how can they get in touch with you?
Either by telephone, 727 or you can shoot me an email, or text me on the cell phone number as well, or shoot me an email at bill@hotfloridaproperties.com.
Well, that sounds great, man. If I can help anybody else, just send me a message through Facebook. I also offer group coaching and we have some discounts for RedX and ZBuyer and several other products and services. I appreciate it, Bill. Thanks, man.
Thank you very much, Jason. Have a nice day. Nice
You
talking with
too.
you.
Oh, you too, man.